Well, thanks for joining us this Saturday night on 12 News at 10. I'm Jade Cunningham. An update on a deadly quadruple shooting investigation we first told you about on 12 News at 6. Mesa police have identified the man who died as 25 years old, Tyson Harris. Phoenix police were called to an area near I-17 and Indian School Road around 11:30 last night. That's where they say they found Harris. Officers also say they found a second person who'd been shot near the scene. Then later in Mesa, police say a man and woman who'd also been shot in that shooting were also found. Those 3 people were taken to the hospital and are recovering. Both Mesa and Phoenix detectives now trying to figure out the role each person had in that shooting. There's no word on any suspects, but you want to stay with 12 News for the latest. Now to a deadly crash in the high country involving at least 8 people. Central Arizona Fire says it happened around 3 p.m. north of Prescott at the intersection of Williamson Valley Road and West Levy Lane. The Yavapai County Sheriff's Office sharing these photos taken near the crash site. Authorities confirm 2 people died. 4 others were flown to hospitals and 2 others were taken via ambulance. YCSO is investigating the cause of the accident. The names of those involved have not yet been released. New details in a deadly overnight crash in Goodyear. Police telling us a motorcyclist died after crashing into the back of a car that was sitting at a red light. It happened around midnight near Estrella Parkway and Lower Buckeye Road. Police have not identified the motorcyclist who died or the driver in the other vehicle. Tonight, police are still investigating the cause of that accident. Well, 10:03 now we want to focus on weather. A really nice night tonight with above average temperatures, but will those temperatures continue? Meteorologist Lauren Rainson has a first look at your weather impact forecast.
Temperatures are definitely warming back up, but slightly lower to close the weekend due to more clouds. And then we really get things cooking away between Monday and Tuesday, peaking on Tuesday, flirting with the triple digits. Final day of spring training games Sunday, mid-70s under more clouds lunchtime, 80 degrees noon, lower 80s early in the afternoon with those light southeast breezes. Highs will look like this, mid-80s in the valley and a good chunk of the lower deserts. 60s and 70s in those higher elevations under a partly cloudy sky. But Tuesday, that is the day temperatures everywhere are going to really take off. Records at risk all across the state. So we go over all of that coming up in my complete forecast.
And we look forward to that. Thanks, Lauren. New at 10, we will be nearing triple digits in the next few days. And as the weather warms, snake season is also upon us. Experts say rattlesnakes are emerging from their dens and becoming more active. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra explains how you can stay safe and prevent encounters with these reptiles.
Rattlesnake season typically runs from March to October, the time of year when experts warn people to be extra aware of their surroundings. The perfect time of year to be out in Arizona is also perfect for other valley residents, rattlesnakes.
It's a time where you feel really nice and comfortable outside. Right? You don't need a jacket, it's not too cold or it's not too hot. It's probably a good time to find a snake out.
Nick Massimo, also known as the Snake Guru, says he answers rattlesnake removal calls year-round, but his phone is starting to ring more often about now.
Wow. That one was definitely memorable.
Like this time, when he removed a mama snake and 8 babies from a woman's front porch.
The Amazon driver was about to drop off a package, but then couldn't because there was a snake.
While it's not possible to make a house in the middle of the desert snake-proof,
Arizona has 13 different species of rattlesnakes.
Massimo says he does help homeowners with prevention, including snake fencing.
When you're looking for places of where to put the snake fencing, what are some things you consider?
What I am looking for is, from basically a rattlesnake's point of view, is where is the last or highest place that it could use as a foothold.
Rattlesnakes aren't the only reptiles seeking the sunshine. Massimo also picks up king snakes, a non-venomous snake that eats rattlesnakes.
They are the king of snakes.
Or the gopher snake, which can look like a rattleless rattlesnake, but is also non-venomous.
Do a lot of people mistake the gopher snake for a rattlesnake?
Oh, yeah.
If you see a rattlesnake, Massimo says the one thing you shouldn't do is panic.
Just take a second, take a couple steps back, and enjoy what you're seeing.
According to Arizona Game and Fish, more than half of the reported rattlesnake bites are provoked by people. If you're bitten, you're encouraged to call 911 and seek medical attention right away. In the newsroom, Gabriella Becerra, 12 News.
Everyone should keep their eyes out. Thanks so much, Gabriella. Today, loved ones of a 13-year-old who died following a hit-and-run crash in Glendale last year honored his memory out in the West Valley. 12 News journalist Trisha Hendricks shows us how they are making sure this young boy is never forgotten.
Everyone deserves to be able to ride in peace and not fear for their life.
We're riding for Eli, and we're still fighting for justice for Eli as well.
Family members and friends of 13-year-old Elias Bizzle, who was hit by a car while on his bicycle on April 11th, 2024, come together at Apollo High School in Glendale.
We're coming to our 1-year anniversary for Eli in April, and all year long we've been collecting and donating and celebrating his life, and we were able now to come up with his bench, and today we're going to do our bench reveal. So we're taking a ride here from Apollo where the accident was at. We're heading down right now, and we're going to go to the cemetery.
Elias died after 12 days on life support. Detectives told 12 News Elias was riding his bike with a group of friends in a crosswalk in the intersection when it happened.
We're riding for the people that can't ride for themselves today because of a hit and run.
We're hurting, we're in pain, but together as a family, we're getting through this, but it's tough.
At the Rest Haven Cemetery,
3, 2, 1.
a special reveal, Eli's bench.
We ride for Eli!
Followed by words of appreciation.
I love the support. It's just been such a rough year.
Now something permanent in memory of Eli.
We've been coming since this has happened, since when we buried our son. Now we have a place, and it's like a monument, right? So now, you know, it just gives us that physicality of this spot, even though it's already been here. But the bench and just seeing his face when we pull up here now to come visit my son, I can see him as I'm walking up. It just gives us a little bit more of a peace of mind.
Meanwhile, Elias's parents want justice. Glendale police say the driver, identified as 27-year-old Joshua Holbert, initially took off, but turned himself in after police seized his truck and searched his apartment. Holbert, who has a history of reckless driving, pled not guilty, but court records reveal he admitted his involvement to police. Elias's parents want Holbert to be held accountable. They also want to see safer streets, so no other families have to face the pain and suffering of losing a child.
People need to be more aware of how they're driving and be more cognizant of what's going on around them.
Exactly.
You know, as opposed to just trying to get where you're trying to get to as fast as you can.
Pay attention, be mindful, like driving's a privilege.
Trisha Hendricks, 12 News.
Well, new tonight, a woman has been arrested after sending threatening letters to a Gilbert couple. According to police, the victims reported getting the letters at their home on March 10th. Detectives worked with the United States Postal Inspection Service to track the person involved. Yesterday, they arrested an acquaintance of the victims, 34-year-old Shelby Trishler, for sending those letters. She faces 5 counts each for stalking, threatening, and disorderly conduct. New details tonight in the case of a teacher accused of urinating while in class with students. We've learned from the district Kurt Hinton resigned on March 20th, 2 days after the alleged incident. Hinton was an English teacher at Wilson Elementary, and according to Phoenix police, officers went to the school on March 18th and were told by the principal 4 students saw the 52-year-old urinating in a can while at his desk. Hinton is facing 4 felony counts of indecent exposure. 12 News spoke with family of students who attend that school district. They say they couldn't believe what the teacher did and praise the students for coming forward.
It's a bit shocking, I guess, especially for my brother that comes to the school. I'm proud of them for doing the right choice and not keeping it to themselves, because at the end of the day, they're still children. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about it.
Wilson School District officials tell us they are cooperating with police in the investigation, but can't comment on the specifics because it's a personnel matter. The district says right now the well-being of their students is their top priority. We, of course, will continue to bring you updates as we uncover and confirm new information.